Welcome to the channel. My name's Rob, and I think I've got one of the most requested videos to do in the 4+ years of doing YouTube, and that is the Danish comedian Simon Talbot on the Russell Howard Hour. So, hopefully he's going to be bloody funny. I'm counting on you guys to have recommended a good one.
Please welcome to the stage a fantastic comedian all the way from Denmark. It's Simon Talbot!
I wonder if that's actually how you pronounce his name.
Hi there. Hi, yes, I'm Simon and I'm here from Denmark. Yeah. Woo.
What?
Yeah, flæskesvær, rødkål, brun sovs og kartofler, skille med dinga dinga du. Works better in Denmark. Yeah.
Okay, I've got 2 points. Firstly, that is the occasion when humour does not translate, when it is very specific to the audience you're trying to portray. Also, that is not a Danish accent. I'm pretty sure that is not a Danish accent. Unless he's just like from Denmark but actually lives somewhere else since he was a child, that is not Danish.
So don't worry, tonight it's going to be in English, and I'd like to start out by apologizing. I know I have kind of a weird accent. I sound like a leprechaun had a stroke. And that's because I am Danish, but my father's Irish. And yeah, he drinks.
I promise, this is the first time seeing
Actually,
this.
he called me recently and he went, "Son, I fell off the roof because I was drunk and I was trying to get some apples." And I went, "Dad, you have to stop. It's going to kill you." And he was like, "Oh, you're right. I'm quitting fruit."
No more cider. No more cider.
You know, I love him to bits. He tried his best despite the drinking. If my dad wrote a book on parenting, it would be called How to Raise Kids When You Feel Like It.
There are plenty of people like
that. I
that.
have this weird accent, and it's a real problem because no one believes me when I tell them I'm Danish. No one. Ever since I got here, everyone goes, "No, you're not." I think
That is literally the first thing that I said. The problem is, his name is Simon Talbot, but actually, is it Simon Talbot? Now, when you do a Google Translate, you can change where it's from. Now, this is how it says Simon Talbot in Danish.
Simon Talbot.
Simon Talbot. Now, that is completely different. So I'm thinking, is this just like because he's with the English audience, that is how he kind of Englishifies his name? Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word, but that's what I'm assuming.
you're Irish. And then I have to defend the fact that I'm a Danish guy trapped in an Irish accent. I'm trans-Danish, basically. It's true, because I identify as an overly humble, rye bread eating Danish person, but I sound like I'll fucking batter you.
Yeah.
But I'm a big believer in what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that's why I plan on raising my kids with weird accents. Just hear my teenage daughter come home from school. "Dad, why does everyone think I am Russian?" I am not Russian. So it's a weird accent, but I'm just so grateful to be here tonight.
You just
I
wouldn't know
love
he was
Denmark,
Danish.
Don't get me wrong, but it's a tiny country. You know, I was kind of tired of performing for my mother. Also because she's a Jehovah's Witness. That doesn't help. I was always like, "Hey, you know, when you had a birthday party?" "No." "Okay, good night." So I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. That was my entire childhood. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, and I left when I started thinking.
Bullshit it is. Yes, when you start thinking.
But you know, it makes her happy, and that's all that matters to me. It's fine. There's just too many rules for me, like you can't masturbate. So. It's true.
Straight away, I'm liking him. For starters, because he's taking the piss out of Jehovah's Witnesses and religious stuff. And I'm atheist, and I love taking the piss out of religious stuff. So he is already in my good books. But you can't live without masturbation, can you? Surely not. Surely not. Would you do it? How would you do it? You go crazy.
Like I was 14 years old going, "Guess I'm out." You shouldn't punish teenagers for masturbating. That's like punishing fish for swimming. Just stay right there. It's not natural. Way too many rules. Like no birthdays, I remember asking my mother when I was a kid, how come I don't get a birthday party? And she said, men det er fordi, Jesus aldrig holdt en fødselsdagsfest, og vi vil jo gerne være som Jesus. Which translates to, well, that's because Jesus never had a birthday party. And we want to be like Jesus.
Really?
It's like, first of all, Christmas? It's a little birthday. And secondly, of course not. Why would they waste 7 chapters of the New Testament detailing Jesus' awesome birthday party?
One day he had a
Expect to see
bouncy
a preacher
castle.
go, and Jesus blew upon the candles. We shall sing him 73. Happy birthday, Jesus. Happy birthday. You're gonna die soon. Happy birthday, Jesus. And if Jehovah's Witnesses can't do something just because it's not mentioned, like just because Jesus didn't do it, there's a lot of stuff they can't do. Like they'd be seriously constipated. I've never read about Jesus taking a shit
dump.
ever. So they have to just keep it in. Like that would explain why they're frantically knocking on doors. Hi, can I amend your mind? Okay, that's fine. So it's so exciting for me, like transitioning from Danish to English, starting over. But right at the beginning, like when I started, it wasn't always that good. It felt kind of, it's like I've kind of learned how to play the piano, and all of a sudden the keys are different. Because when I tell a joke in Danish, I'm quite confident. I feel good. I'm like, yeah, din-din-din-din, din-din-din-din. And then I translate it, and it'd be like, beep, beep, beep.
We've spoken a lot on this channel about comedy translating from one country to another or one language to another. I watch a lot of Polish comedy. And I think in general, humor does translate. It's the localized content that may not translate. So whether, for example, he's doing a Danish comedy, right at the start, he did something that was very specific, I assume, to Denmark. Well, why would English people know about it? That's the comedy that doesn't translate. However, he did translate in the sense of, well, this doesn't work, and made that funny. So there are the examples, but I still believe comedy does translate. That's just in any walk of life. If you're not on the inside, if you don't know about a subject, it's hard to find it funny.
Like, this used to be funny at some point. And it's so painful working out new material because I'm very aware of the audience. I feel how I'm a very sensitive, overly empathetic guy. I can't even delete apps. I press them and I see them shaking. I'm like, it's fine. Never. So it's so hard, like I'd stumble through some new material, try to translate, and I'd feel the audience, just try to... And that's why playing the piano and doing stand-up isn't completely the same, because at least you don't feel physical discomfort watching someone who sucks at playing the piano.
You might
watching
do.
someone who's bad at playing the piano, you're like, oh, he's learning, good for him. Good for you, sit learn, it's good, he's trying. But when you're watching a shitty stand-up comedian, you're like, oh.
This is awkward.
I hope he doesn't kill himself. Oh, he's still going. I'm gonna kill myself. And it's just a lot to explain all of this. It's a lot for you guys to like wrap your head around the whole Danish ex-Jehovah's Witness with an Irish accent. It's weird, I know. I did a show and there was this American girl in the front row and she was just staring at me like I was a lava lamp, like, what's happening? I don't get it. Just like, what's happening?
Oh, we can all take the piss of the Yanks, can't we? That's a common
after the show, she came up to me and she
humour
was
that
like,
we
as
can
overly
all get
excited
along with.
and like enthusiastic as they come, totally American. She's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, Simon Talbot, oh my god, so funny, oh my god, hilarious, oh my god, Simon Talbot, Simon Talbot. Anyway, you said you were Danish, so I was thinking Danish stand-up. What's that even like? I was like, well, it's stand-up, but in Danish? I don't know. I couldn't explain, and I wound up showing her videos of me performing in Danish. I was like, yeah, when I'm home in Denmark, I do like an hour and 20 minutes. They was like, oh my god, that's awesome, amazing, an hour and 20 minutes in such a difficult language.
Well, as I just said, taking the piss out of Americans is a humour that we can all around the world understand. That is humour that is translatable, isn't it? You know, Yanks who are quite ignorant sometimes, who overly happy sometimes, which is very annoying. People that are overly happy, they're quite annoying. All right, that you are if you are that person. But we can all take the mick out of Yanks, can't we? All right, because we all know their kind of tropes and traits that they have, where they're over enthusiastic, a little bit silly, i.e. bit dumb sometimes. Don't realize that there is the rest of the world. The world does not revolve around the United States. No, we all know it revolves around the UK. There is a world outside, and we can all understand taking the piss out of Americans. And when I say Americans, I mean United Statesians. He gets the face quite right.
Like, does she think Danish people are sitting around Christmas Eve? Can we please speak English? This other language is exhausting. Flæskesvær, rødkål, brun sovs og kartofler. Oh, we gotta dance now? Skillemadanga-danga-doo, skillemadanga-doo. See? I knew you'd get it at some point. Like, I think she goes to the aquarium and looks at the fish. How do they do it? Moving around, breathing in such a difficult environment. But listen, you guys weren't difficult at all. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Very good. Very, very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, laudable Simon Talbot!
There you go. You guys requested it. So many. I've literally had comments in the chat. I've had Instagram. I've had emails all recommending this one video. He was very good. And actually, he was relatable with things. Jehovah's Witness. We can all relate to Jehovah's Witnesses and how mad some of the stuff they do is, right? We can all, relate to them knocking on your door in a frantic way sometimes. The first thing I said was, he doesn't sound Danish. I've not watched this. Honestly, I do not watch the videos before I react to them. And that was the first thing he spoke about. So a lot of this was translatable. It was very, very good. And I can understand. I said, a lot of like Polish cabaret comedy. And some of the stuff, I get a lot of comments when the videos are subtitled saying, "Oh, unfortunately, you don't get it because it's the translation doesn't kind of work." Well, I don't know. I do understand, and that's what I'm talking about. The kind of, if you're in the know, you understand in a sense. If you're from Poland or you know about that subject, you're obviously going to know. If you don't know about that subject, it's obviously slightly harder to understand. However, comedy is translatable in a sense that comedy is comedy. Funny is funny most of the time. It is subjective. But there you go. I did it. Simon Talbot on the Russell Howard Hour. It was very funny. Very good. Very good. I'm not sure if it was my favourite. He's funny, but not my favourite. But he did a good job. And thank you so much for watching again. Please do hit that like button and subscribe. It's free. And you can watch more videos like this. If you've got any suggestions, then you can do it on the comments, Instagram, or via email as well. All the social links are down there. And as always, I will catch you next time.